Students, today we are going to see about the lesson, The Living World of Plants. What is biology? It is the science that is concerned with study of life and living organisms. The living world comprises of plants and animals. Now let us see about plants. Plant's body is made up of several organs such as root, stem, leaves and flowers. See in this picture, the structures that are below the soil are called as root system. The structure that are above the soil level is called shoot system. Now let us see about root system. The underground part of the main axis of a plant is called as root. It lies below the surface of the soil. The root has no nodes. However, it has a root cap at the tip of the root. Roots are positively geotrophic. Now, what is positively geotrophic? It means the growth of the root is in the direction of gravity. That is, root goes downwards towards the earth. The root system can be classified as taproot and fibrous root. Now let us see about taproot systems. It consists of a single root called taproot. Look at the picture. It has a main thick root called the taproot. It grows straight down the ground. Smaller roots called as lateral roots arise from the taproot. The first branch from the taproot is called secondary root, and as shown in the picture. And from the secondary root, you will see further growings called tertiary roots. This type of roots are typically seen in dicotyledonous plants. Dicotyledonous means flowering plants where two leaves emerge from the seed. Now, typical examples include beans, mango and neem. Fibrous roots. It consists of cluster of roots arising from the base of the stem. See in the picture, from the stem you see a bunch of growth of roots. These are thin and uniform in size. These are typically seen in monocotyledonous plants. Now, what is monocotyledonous? Flowering plants where only one leaf will emerge from the seed. Now, examples of these types of roots are found in grass, paddy, maize, etc. Now let us see what is typically a function of a root. It fixes the plant to the soil. It absorbs water and minerals from the soil. It stores food in some plants like carrot and beetroot. I've just shown a picture of carrot. where the root is a taproot and where food is stored in them. Now, let us move on to the shoot system. The part of the plant above the ground is referred as shoot system. The main axis of the shoot system is called the stem. Shoot system consists of stem, leaves, flowers and fruits. Now let us see about stem. The stem grows above the soil towards the sunlight. It has nodes and internodes. Nodes are part of the stem where the leaf arises. The part of the stem between two successive nodes are called as internodes. Now look at the picture. The distance between two immediate leaves, that is what I call as successive. Two immediate leaves is called as internodes. The distance between these two nodes from where the leaf arises are referred as internodes. The point from the stem where the leaf arises is called as node. The bud at the tip of the stem is called terminal bud or apical. Buds at the axils of the leaf are called auxiliary buds. Now, see here, the terminal bud is at the end of the stems, whereas auxiliaries or lateral buds are typically seen at the levels or axils of the leaves. Now, let us see functions of stem. The stem supports branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. It transports water and minerals from the root to the upper part of plants. It also transports the prepared food from the leaves to the other parts. It sometimes stores food in some plants. Example, sugarcane. Now, let us move on to the leaf and see its structure. Flat, expanded structure that are borne on the stem at its node are called leaf. A leaf has a stalk called petiole. Flat portion of the leaf is typically referred as leaf lamina or leaf blade. On the lamina, there is a main vein called midrib. Other veins will typically branch out from this main vein called midrib. So look at this. From the node, the leaf grows. This portion of the leaf, the stalk from which the leaf grows is called the petiole. The midrib is the main vein in the plant, and from this main midrib you also see other veins that are growing in, and this whole flat surface is called the blade of the leaf. The portion of the leaf that is connected to the nodal region of the stem is called leaf base. Leaves of some plants possess a lateral growth on the base on either side of the auxiliary bud. These are called stipules. Now let us see here. The leaf base is nothing but the point or the portion where it is connected to the nodes. Now, stipules are nothing but small lateral growths. Here there are two as shown here from the axillary bud point. The green color of the leaf is due to the presence of a colored pigment called chlorophyll. The lower side of the leaf has tiny pores or openings that are referred as stomata. Now, let us see about functions of a leaf. The leaf prepares food by the process of photosynthesis. It helps in respiration. It carries out transpiration. Now, what is transpiration? Evaporation of any excess water from the leaf is called as transpiration. Now, let us see classifications of plants. Based on flowers, flowers can be classified as plants can be classified as flowering plants or non-flowering plants. As the name suggests, some plants bring out flowers, whereas some plants never flower at all. So, based on these, the classifications are done. Based on position of seeds, plants can also be classified as angiosperms or gymnosperms. Now, what is an angiosperm? These are seed-bearing plants where the seeds are typically enclosed, meaning the seed is protected by some surroundings. Now, what are gymnosperms? These are seed-bearing plants where the seeds are not enclosed, which means the seeds are directly exposed to everyone. Now, let us see what is a habitat. Each living organism, it needs a place to live and reproduce. So, this place is called as habitat. Habitat could be on top of a mountain or even underneath the ocean. See here, plants do grow on top of mountains and of course underwater too. Now, there are two types of habitats. One is aquatic habitat, the other is terrestrial habitat. As the name suggests, aquatic habitat means habitat with water. Terrestrial means land habitat. Now, let us see further types. In terrestrial habitat, it could be either desert habitat, grassland habitat or mountain habitat depending upon the area in which the plants live. Again, in aquatic habitat, it either could be freshwater habitat or marine habitat. Marine habitat means typically salty water. Now, let us see these types. Aquatic habitat. A common aquatic plant that we all know should be lotus. Usually, aquatic habitat includes area that are permanently covered by water and also surrounded areas that are occasionally covered by water. So, there are two types of aquatic habitat as I showed before, freshwater habitat and marine water habitat. Now, what is freshwater habitat? Rivers, lakes, ponds and pools are freshwater habitat. Example plants here include water hyacinth, water lily, lotus, etc. Typically, these plants' roots are very much reduced in size. Stems and leaves have air chambers that allow the plants to float in water. So, this is a common sight of lotus that we have all seen. Now, let us move on to marine water habitat. Oceans also support plant growth. Marine plants perform about 40% of all photosynthesis that occurs on Earth. Example marine plants includes marine algae, sea grasses, marsh grasses, phytoplanktons. So let us look at some pictures. Note that more than 70% of the earth is covered by oceans. Now let us move to terrestrial habitat. Terrestrial habitats are found actually in land like forest, grassland, desert. They make about 28% of the entire world's habitat. Now let us see about desert habitat. Habitat where there is not much of a water. Here, the driest place on earth with less than 25 centimeters of rainfall annually. Deserts cover at least 20% of the earth's surface. Plants growing here has leaves that store water and minerals. Plants like cactus stores water in their stem and leaves are reduced to small spines. Look at the picture. Here the green color is the stem which stores water. The spikes or spines are the leaves of cactus plants. These plants typically have very long roots that go very deep in soil in search of water. Now, let us see about grassland habitat. Grassland is an area where the growth or vegetation is dominated, means mostly by grasses. Grasses range from short to tall. Example, savanna grassland. Look at the picture. Across majority of the land, you will see only grasses growing. Now, let us see about forest habitat. Forest is large area dominated by trees. Look at the picture. Large amount of trees grow in this area. There are three types of forest: tropical forest, temperate forest and mountain forest, depending upon the place where the forests are. The annual rainfall here ranges anywhere from 25 to 200 centimeters. Now, plants adapt themselves to the place where they grow. Let us see some important plant adaptations. Adaptations are typically special features in plants which help them to survive in the habitats they live. plants in specific environment have developed special features which will help them to grow in that particular habitat. So some adaptations that we are going to see are tendril, twinners and thorns. Now we will see about tendril climbers. Tendril is a climbing organ of some weak-stemmed plants. Example, peas, bittergourd. The tendrils coil around a support and help the plant to climb. Look at that. They take some support to grow up and climb. Now let us see about twinners. They also have weak stem. They cannot stand straight too. Example, clitoria, jasmine. Now see here, these plants necessarily need not grow vertically. They can still grow on a flat surface. So that is the main difference between a climber and a twinner. Now let us see about thorns. Leaf of some plants become wholly or partially modified into sharp structures called thorns or spines. They are mainly developed as a defensive purpose so that some animals don't come and eat them off. Agave plant has the leaf apex and margins modified into thorns. This is a agave plant. Opuntia plant leaves modified into spines. See here, the green structure here is not the leaf but the stem. The spines that you see are nothing but the leaf of this plant. Bougainvillea plants has stems with sharp thorns. I think this is a plant that we have seen as wild growth in many places. It has different nice colored flowers, but they have sharp thorns. With this, we come to the end of the chapter. These are the key points that were covered. Parts of plants including root, stem and leaf with different habitats and plant adaptations. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. I will see you in the next video for another chapter. Thank you.